me say bam go who so nipa edu baby na wato ba ha kakra ase na me de ma ya entimi enya nsunsan so a me pese menya na me de obia sebi ewo efefru me nko a de ma pria you know obia enya adwuma ma fefo obia enya adwuma kakra ono ana adwuma we se ma ye de me bia so ade na me nko a de yade de yesi okun ebeko ba ekoye okun enko you know abusuana se de yenhu yenim yi se instruma bi pie wa abusuanim you know so we nipa no sometimes to ana sa nyoma we know why yeah who ni you know ade achi obi am hihie nyina ne de obedi obedi ya ne se anka ope kakra bia support ne maame se bebia ne maame da no enko yi ono ankasa ne baby a oda no enko yi nti wa twa ne ho na da me ko kan afret ye no be kapɛ ne makai me maame se no turn into my school you know so have been there ti uhwe nipa dodo na ye wasudi
onya tema masa
yeah ye wasudi nti na meka se so onyame ye wadom na se ohyira wo titi wo sika afema ye nka se wo nsa betimi aso obi bia ni but you have to do your best
sir
if so onyame betimi agisa inhyira no e de ama obi foforo ama na so obi so
sir
so on the video ana ye ka se onyame ahyira obi a me afia ni continue pa kasi bia so wo no so nyame ahyira wo
sir
me so nyame ahyira no etinya se ye ka se hyira obi a na ye obi adoya o tam limousine na se o tam mercury na ma no so ata se iti I say PRO ono uhwe ono no ye bie ya ono no timi emu kakra e de ma obi na se wo no komna sante se oni gu ase wo ti
ese wadwen bu
yes wadwen bu fo so uhwe PRO now uhwe say the OC struggle to make ends meet
no timi
no kra timi free na kuma mu boa nipa na kwa brasa tu nipa boni pa
na wo kwa brasa ntia wo tumi ne kane mampani ma ha
yes nipa boni
so nipa boni pa ese se nya me gifi wo de ma PRO no ye
it is am for yin na pese mi twa mpendo do na no ye kase o nya me hu ene de ani akoto ase ye bo afore wo church
okay
ye bo afore na wo no wo be free wakomam na de wo bia afore ne nye wa ba no abebo $20 million so there be afore ne ade ese free wakoma eye ni so edi manyame what I say
anano kra de oto
akuma bi no enne ye ni so ma no
okay
nti nyesa ye kasa for the boy chese wo no wonya ho pam tam na wo no fi se wa ba no abe uya enka oni pedua enka hwe no afode aso ni sunsun so se uja ade bi ma kanya sempa
okay ka we
die debi we die nya sempa ye obi nto na kokko be die kwa so what I say nti Ubo afode ni chese we na ye the best out of the lot now no but we see essence onim de wo yenti no wo de bebo afode if you say ogidi say wo sa afode bonim no nsusu so e be free mu e be ba no e be ye papa enya se ba wonya ho say tam ana it be she wona de bia do mo say na e de mfiamfia we de wo ma fia na nko a kese no so baba de nti na kese de bi omu jema akese pa so gu so a e ba no so I say because when you need the utwe a onyame ni nikuni ya chen bibia ya ana de anya so abrabo se bibia da wo de obetene wonsa so I say de bia da wada na sesefo
o de enko
o de enko de bia o de watene
de bia me da se o de obi na wase
de bia o de watene wonsa when you do that it is how check your abrabo
okay
abrabo no ya koye de bia me da se
okay
ma obi nso mra
no me
da wase se na no da anamuntu otuye kasa okaye aginchira de maame adoye a wo ye no aye ni so
amahe ne wa kasa mama
eni
pentie
ya ti ya mo bibia kwa ba
eni pentie
na ya da wase so se obiri bia be e kasa uni ho ni ho
bebre
ba ye nyine se wanhwe na wanfa wo so sika na onim de na wa ho odin ametaye chi ya titru ne ompa ba yeso emfa ma ya gitum se wo hu hia ye kase pa nti ya da wase ensa titru ye nyan ma mo so de ya da meka a brain no difference no but mutimi gibre at the share at this time. This is the ultimate. The car ultimate, baby, we are city to Ghana for this year. Oh, we are suffering in Agia to say, per a good year, Winsem, I was a pewnsem, or mining munsem, and in your ma, a bit of my Astria, when be a goa, Badwam on Adom TV, multi TV. So, you know, Diamond try, I want to say. If you're my quarter, I'm a close and Diamond in Yankabana, never be able to, baby, or Jacko Butu Sabri, yeah, dreaming. Yeah, all Chinimua.
Via or memory. And I and I chimuda, man, and not chinimu.
And you're Chinimu by Rizano. Of course, and tree, and Jobasaba back.
A bedu, so say, oh, my henne, also him a honorable near Madonko.
Yes, near Madonko. Oh, yes, Ashanti Region Health Minister, STC. Yeah.
Former President Rollins.
Yeah.
Omoye na yi na de tosumi no ba ha.
Okay.
And na ye din komo. Na me refi papa ne da. Ye din komo ni nyina no o say. Ewiase ayeti. Se me yeso afoi. Na me sesa ni nyina bo me boa. Na ebi nam na omo bre. Na omo ani bre me a. Na sa afo na omo ho yira omo na omo ani bre me. Omo metu me so sa. Na me nya ade.
Exactly.
Enti Bakufu didi me ya abonten ye nika.
Bakufu
didi me ya abonten ye.
Na abonten sufo no. Obi a obetwam na obi a muna na osi ho no.
Okay.
Na madam fo soja ni bro fa America de bia mo sei. O se didija.
Ani muna na
no de o de bro fo ko say chop lefa. They bring from face. Adaro kan na mjaza. I go chop lefa. They bring from face. So you for no bro we party. Bro for no book am you na how can be busy. I was okay, commander. Chop lefa.
Oh, the soldier ni. Soldier bro.
Soldier bro for no book na how can say. Chop lefa. They bring from face.
Soldier bro for ba.
I say we dey soldier pa. Na we dey bro for dey want to go for free.
Eh, na pay soldier for you na boy here. A soldier for bro for. It's your man here. They can dia kosi wa service to say.
Yeah.
My na senye Bakufu ni ndi men. Eya sa abonten ye nika. Na sanko fanso ye jitu munti. Ye sanko ye tibi. Kanena na communal labor wo no. Obi de ne sato obi aduane mu bia onsro. Obi bua obi a onsro. Ye dwen bom si e besiesie mpotemu a na efe. Ye nya ne sa bi. Ni entretrem obi a de kakra bia omo obi. Na mwa na Ghana be ye de.
Ghana
be de.
It's a milk and only President Kufuor, good morning. Well, and then birthday should come out Richard Akwa, your cameraman, I can say Richard.
Hey.
Akwa.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Now, Richard, what we honor so in your machine, and we are saying who bones and Richard Namana or Fahano see her now.
And I out and in this young quantity.
Baby, she be no question mark on.
And I also quiet then, maybe a question mark. Maybe a question mark when I also quiet there, my
happy birthday, Richard Akwa, multimedia camera department. We are proud of you. And you're Monsuanka, Eja, Omadaroma, and then they see her, TV Casabon, you do Sabria, Nyakasa Keke, Yaro, Kikaho, and pay your picture, Kikaho, Chenso. Oh, train of mine, Kikao. Would you not to know, Chief, with the beginning, Chief, with a Kaka, obedient the baby, I'm saying, support. Oh, Chief, where the Magia, where the try who can Uncle say, or no, the DNA, so or the supporting median. Chief, where the Magia, no, the oh,
then you fear, yes, no, despite said you're to me, Kaka. Yes,
Daily Guide say, 024 once or be down dressed. A home for you, our sanitation minister inspection and for you down say. And as I'm Cassia per down AG charges MP with $2.4 million fraud. Name for you David Von D and for you and Nana secures €170 million for development bank and DVLA boss joins Transport Hall of Fame and what's them on a Daily Guide Democrat and so a day about.
Me the graphic was a daily graphic na as a effect as a shape as a colorful.
You're quite nice, I'm not who was some
Packer
Joy FM guy no only na minister mo call sa ewie mu staff e hwe form said the esi me no am odi ba ko say wow because ya sheda na
eti de wo hui eye atoye ne epoye mantemu de fam gudi anipa bi nam kwati kwa so to ofre no se galamsey no aye o my Ghana ensase bi te se kwaye ene esubonten ahodo ene da hei se eye dame bi o se ena hu no okay enti brofo abata asemi hone galamsey wreaks havoc, vast swath of forest rivers devastated in eastern western region enti eno ho asem ena eda hei na graphic ba ma ne se enura covid-19 vaccine no empane ne wo de etosumienu no kra Ghana fo atiase de won ho siemu nti enipa be se empem niensa ahansia de wotwemienu 13,682 ena enura wo mokọ wo empane na ho asem eda ahanum sei na asantemantam so graphic ene ahefo ne penifo wo hosinkonwa wo pre ahonidie enti wo se graphic Ashanti dialogue Nana Edumensa Sare the amakom hene na nefoni eda hanu say ya eno so ho asem wo hanti so let invest heavily in sanitation speakers wo mo penifo ko dwumadi asoko kasaye no eno omo kansa asem we a daily graphic day.
Okay, so mo fan cheme wo nkaibo me ni bi ha enye de nkaibo PR ni nuaba 40 years.
Oh
yeah, it's so painful.
Sister, no?
Yeah, akos boache onyame ya aduma memenda we akwamfie 8 am yeah no ho hihia PR me yeah na me am shimpa na so wow what is this
you mask ya time
you know already hu nyina
mo PR chocolate bukwan
yeah or chocolate bukwan sa so akos boache late akwamfie nyame ya aduma 22nd of May 2021 me ankasa me bra pen Tony and also I said that for ba pen Georgina abena kuma dufi we dey 92 e koda nyame ase for this
we na kwesi ade shefita no
92 so the late oba pen Georgina abena kuma dufi nhyɛn be koso awufusum no Church of Pentecost Jerusalem Assembly chiriba e wo brekum na yakope ne krabia wo eye asie na yatena Presby School near Timedi Nkomo. The Ghanaian Times fight against pandemic, second COVID-19 vaccination takes off, and we want unity development in Tafo. Residents say as they rally support for MP, and we will not back down on fight against galamsey. And what's some of the Ghanaian Times?
Mate me the Chronicle to us.
Yeah, first
okay, also. Chronicle set to Ejumeko no egu. Enti wetwa said ejuma na tie no. E de aba beto hanum sei. Na nebro for a bata asem no also talk collapsing under heavy debt. GWC, it is a Ghana Water Company, allegedly disconnect water supply over non-payment of 4 million Ghana cedis bill.
Hey.
Owes ECG, SNET, GRA.
Yeah,
okay.
fix it.
No. Okay. Na abaye ya semi de me person me boss so.
Quotation faso so ntemani enkoy.
Okay. The rich rules over the poor. And the borrower is the slave of the lender. And no na now kan ho asem
na yo. Mam kan minim. E be sia camera woman to say o de bin to da. Ye kwaba.
Asante hene otumfo say tutu otoso mienu ena wode sama homa ama ehemfo bi ehye na se a wosusu se barekese ene owabe esubonte no se yi a ese no na enam galamsey kwa so no sa ehemfo wa wasama wom no womonim hu bi
eden nene ya ye ne asiesa afedi akue ni yesua nwoma nyina bi ye ne abie na ne mom no ye ne abie no na afi na ese ya nsase ane wo hu no na be free what Ghana Water Company for no na eton na himfo na wo nso ton sa brema ni breakers da bi obi antimi nko free hakosia oba bidie ya ye kan me kura dwumti wo hina wo hwe wo samope oni akro owa bi wo si dan wo hina kro na wo hwe wo no mompami musa se hwan na si dan wo ani ni pa odi ama no nyina ni musa tumi kro wo de koma obi so
so for we share ahobambo symmetry defense minister any ora Dominic Nitiwo na wo ba amane se wo mo asisi mfidi a wode etu galamsey no ahanan ene aduonu enum 425 na no dan chen so won wasache Chinese ni bi eka ho dwumade we no eye de course ewo apoye mantem a eye asrafo a won etu sasayi a wato dey say Operation Hot.
49 excavators were bent this time. The number kept is increasing. Champagne machines 228. 87 water pumping machines, 228 champagnes, and 40 excavators, all working within the Brim River. I mean, what sort of river are you going to get? If this were to work within 1 week, you can imagine the damage to cause. The operations will continue. There will be a 4-phase, there will be a 5-phase, there will be a 6-phase. We are not stopping.
Efutu sem edi akọ ama aposifo se woma wani na ho na wodwumadi a wodi se aposifo no woma enidie obuo ne anwonyam emra ho na ebetumi abamusa agisa woda sasui ene ban edi ede kire omamufo ana setmamufo se efutu sem onipa wode ema wo eye Director General of Police Welfare COP Mametiwa Adom.
The needed support and cooperation from the public when we the police consistently demonstrate professionalism, respect for the civil liberties and human rights. We should remain accountable and avoid corrupt practices at all times. In this way, the public will have confidence and respect for the police and will willingly volunteer vital information to enhance the work of the police. I therefore urge my colleague police officers here and everywhere in the country to always engage in activities which will improve cooperation with the public and enhance the image of the service.
Afeyenko oti mantamne me enkwanta South Kropono emukra wo fro ne sekwe eye krokuma bi a wo mo wo ho no kuayo e na wo ye edebo won ho bra na na no suo bi eto ye ne from adindin bi e fa ye no eni da so nseda ni ho papa sa se sa kwe ma school no wo ho no no enche ebetumi adwiragu
we dey be go so e wala ni sei ade a edin kan no enam se classrooms no akoye senti no ena yenya adan ahodo a nkola no betena se na wo mosua de ewo mu no ena edan no so kakra so aka ya yese be manage no so no wo hwe dan no so na kese emutina no so ahye da akoye hu pa a obitimu a bibia betimi asi ebere bia ena sa bre nso no nsuo nso senja ato ena frama no so setimi bo ebere biara nti amadi suya ne adekere no so na koye den wa anse amaye nti yese se mbo bia betimi fra banche ni nipa hodo bia o so betimi enya mbo hodo bia de abo
yesere oman mpinifo so membe boaye na oman no ehia nyina ye nyina ye kon oman no kunu ne ma ewa no enso ye teachers no omo ndoso nti ama adusua no enko yie kura na ehia oman no mboa
nsembebi school computers anase computer lab no ye pay for the nibi and enso ye staff common rooms no and then ya mframa so apa ba no santino ama adosua no ayedin papa ke besre amampeni eni ni mpeni for so meboaye
midwife awo adwumako kwanyako community clinic ene mame Christian anyako ano de adesade ena eto Ghana ene ewiase nyina enim se wode na ne de akire hu se owura bia ne baba mu wa wanya mfisia mienu pe em se owura no nadwunu mu kan kakranti baabi obekọ bi oni abofra yinam okwa hayo anajo ene anopa kora no ne nam enti aboafo mrem se ne be ya obetimi ate abofra na fi ne papa no
mane dro ya hwo sisi anyame adom akola enwo ye isi obi on beded do mbedi abenzo akola ekuta no kra na adwen no se na medical aka no nti yesuo se bibe ya akola die nyina ya pacho nsa de yesa im Ghana man mo behwe ye mo mra kwenya apona behwe akola ye obi abenye bia ketu bi ensa na oto kenke ma akola ye o chanya mbehira obi a bambenfuo mo mu ye djuma kakra bi obi a wo biala
Pane mampeni John Ejekum Kufo ena akyerem kwanya wofa so ne baby potin a ohia ne hokafo Theresa Aba Kufo wo kyerese afia pem ahankron aduosia ba ko 1961 Republic Day biase ena wohia no sankomo tuchi oni afia mankwata maklo ena ediye.
Oh, me worry at the age of 23.
Hey. Wow.
So me a lawyer ni. Until 1961 na me share my wife.
Okay.
War Republic Day anniversary dance for London. On and all, nurse, I been in nurse in Scotland, Miss Maya, long lawyer. And the dance, nothing, I don't for cancer. And she, my Oxford, honestly, I know of Oxford, I call midwifery training. From here and for by 62. Yeah, for.
I see.
63 year we first born. 64 year we second born.
That's a 1 year old.
Third born no class 65.
War and some are far ahonidi hon Samson on National Communication on Civic Education. Mature NCCE and a one more culture Ghana for say wa fat one so bebo de Ryan Church ama Ghana for send beya ahonidi hon samono e beka won dada de yo ho enti ahonidi abo me.
Already Yankasi ye nyoma bebre on environmental governance. Ye njai de ye behwemu kina ye de ani beto form na yama adwuma na ye start ye enfie bebre no afi yama ye ni aba form ye ni ya hwese ye nsabeka Ghana fo nyina se omo ye organize group omo ye organize omo wa sorry omo dwa so ton ade omo offices omo shops be biara ye nsabeka Ghana ni biara ye be manate environmental governance as say especially with regards to sanitation.
Badwam Kasiano Pemede Sumono way so and a media na mede SC Afe and ne akoye eda yawade on kanse mun sambebo akomanochi metna se de fisam asomo and no so chi amahine kwabna santene abedwafo betna se na de pesen bensemu asomo koso na hwe Adom TV fise ne nyina so eye live on Facebook nti ubenya bi ahwemide de ma metra Diamond memo ache eda se.
But yen san chorus and perfect to media nan wada a bar so capacity building strong kwa yema clubs ahodo wo ma no league nim ni mema league ni mo no racket years of Kreku president at the Ghana Football Association or den samo tuja no chirimu sa de papa and asem perfect dia ba no cry hwese jefi so de ne ho be bom more no ma ye be brisa at the clubs no.
Indeed, our Football Association is very much interested in capacity building. So at the beginning of the season, the FA embarked on loads of capacity building exercises that ensured that our clubs were better informed, our officials were trained, so that our industry will be what we want it to be. Indeed, our FA ran football-related training sessions for football administrators across all the 10 regions. We also ran courses for our referees, and that also included some integrity training. And we intend to even do more in our attempt to even ensure that we have better coaching in the football ecosystem.
For eba center gusu kremo na yade and sabono ebro wa gudimo na yenkonkopimo and Tokyo 2020 ebe baso din and the Ghana Olympic Committee so montana se Ghana mrante dem aboy kusi anemo no omo be entoto ya boa ma yatimi akogye din wo pa nti omo ne nyumaku atelem yensa aka bom ehwese bibia betima koye na William Industrial Company, Ashfom Ghana, and Toyota Ghana, and on my common to my boomwa, okay, can't come boom, 2 years be nominated William for a sign, at 200,000 Ghana cities. Sika apimo, Ashfom is also the other Yasam Ketwa, and I think so Toyota, the end so easy. Rabben no mensa, GOC president.
Yes, sports no, with be funding sponsorship. Into once I William for no Edikan, me say. Other companies so be here no na nti we me dem hu say bibie ahyese afi ne ye hyase nti me gidi say emrepam no other companies so be ba abeso yemu kaka Chillion for omode ne omode sign 2 years enye edi aye focusing on Olympic game. Yes, o hwash for Munswa for the past 3 years no and I said during me first term no Ashfom has always been there, so as Toyota omo boy Of course, you games are NIB America say GOC, you hear more. But otherwise, most of them are also called the national federations. Because Oman Kasana make us at least one day, almost 20 at least near day. But almost the embryo for games and then so Yakoba Bika Krakra, near Copper Kakra, Bisu, Ediaco international games. In the companies here, especially Ashford and Chilo, they've been there with the GOC over the years and then any game meeting or mobile.
All right, you're up in the men's son. I was what for about center, send me can no can one pay me and someone at the brow and all at Tanchaya. But Mali and Neshela, yes. Mali, Pupa, Basua as a boy for Heba Center, no oneexpert.com as so can pay at the buyer. Sergio Manucho, I am a producer. Now, where's the Majia Demuya? GTP New Style on that. A day be beautiful. Image wear and I image wear Shamata, Niti, and I'm a day Gumudima war. On your face. They are beautiful for image wire 0546 452 111 0546 452 111. Now, the image wire to train commoner or on sort out of Kamapa. And there, Yeni Abako Camera Department birthday. Richard Aqua, or no, the birthday, the more Richard, fantastic, happy birthday. Come on, guest in the SN, on the way near Japan, near the idea. I said, what didn't Nankasamba Kakejuano? Erica see the body in a bedroom. Nagusu.
Abusia me watching nimpreno so ofisam komo cheche edro so ewo bedwam dwumadie so enti ene so yeto ancheche no so encheche na yeto no se wo hosiesie hima presla na man e de fashion 101 e de bro yeto na no komo na efa aduhwam anase perfume no eho na ene de ye bisa ne se sa perfume ya anase spray you wo de wudu shop bi na ye ohwam na atoye usika besonti so atiase ana bi kro na abodin a kire na akwakoto na emumu no ewa pomode fam hawo anase susanso papa anase honhom fam kra no ewo mu enepa bi anase enebone bi sa enkomoyi Franco Trading Enterprise egitum se ebeboa wonti waso asene se ye famro anopa meka wo se numbers how be Franco na woni won dinkita ho no eye 0246 422338 and afei 0546133188 afei so so honam ye wo ya de bia metena ha me ka kire se emfa wapomudin eni agrunti emo wutrim anase na na obi ka kire se kode na je no ntosu koto kode dabi moje wo nipadua mu ne nipadua su no obi ane ne de nkonti so honam pa na ye o ya de a Yaksen Heba Mr. Yaksen Heba Center for ena aye eno ena beboa wonti 0244 723 and that's 0275 90709. Now on Sanka Binafe Honam Yao Nina, one pe baby fa Ninya wasumje. Na eno chenswa Compu Ghana Limited, some country say, Womu Gusua Chade, Obatoba Kwa, na Yama Obiaka home, Nachado Mode Chonazo, and Yadi editor when Ninya home, so home. Womu to meet a fridge and the chest freezer, nay, microwave, Ninya may be a titisa, here no fear, na Mawade your Aquahariso. Enti anyone so ending kita home, where bra offer one was 0243 143 133, and now say, Obako www.compugana.com. Now I can count some beer if I want 1% or tea, now tea a CA. Enti Compugana, dear, now I just say passion for technology. Well, who's here say him the fashion 101 at also.
Atoda, when him say perfume, I would go on. I would see one thing, so no. Eya na wo ha nkorofo bebre na wonim say sa perfume na wo de go ho and put in your ben no etodo to be mild allergic reaction ane empempe no perfume wo de go skin no ebi wo ma wo skin react to it na so unnim ebi wo de be go skin obehwe na ebia na ase ho aye kokko ebia na se wenya reactions bi unnim say perfume no ne causes a ne senti ene fashion 101 dwumedie so ye ba bedi nkomo de afa perfumes the side effect a banos ye use on the skin medin and a presla anaman the senti train me abran kwako share dermatologist na waboy ama yesua de afa perfume the health implications when it comes to using it on the skin. Besides some more kwababim say na medin kan na ye komotwetwe no e de fire skin reactions no ho say use perfume a kwan fa so e ma yenya nsunsuanso e wo ye skin no ni senti nya Dr. Mark Young Sade a oye dermatologist e Kolebu Ayaresabia doc ma kwaba
ye nua
mami din kan bisa o say eye mpo say ye be apply perfume on the skin
obetumi di perfume a obetumi apply perfume on the skin once I won't predisposed say we develop side effects from perfume.
Kasa predisposed that church ya say.
E pa che say onkofo bi mo ho a omo use perfume a ombenya side effects. Obeti say obi owo asthma na o use perfume a sensitizing the airway no baby amframa fa no nti no etumi mananya asthmatic attack. Aha, na me na any predisposition na make no.
But now you come to try no. Your chair say ban perfume na you will types. I what they mild. Or the toilet or the perfume and a perfume no. And so you'll be a asthmatic patient. You can use that perfume, which is a mild perfume na and comaunya allergic reactions. And so you can say predisposed na say on mention that
say in pakrono ewo asthma.
Yes.
Inti no nyama bi wo environment no mu a trigger ne asthma no.
Okay.
An example the perfume, whether it is mild, moderate or strong perfume, so no a bit me a trigger ne asthmatic attack no. And no any predisposition na make no.
Okay. Enti any mama sembusa say perfume I use for your skin no. En so ben na generally obi atimina.
Okay, we use perfumes ubetumi enya uti betumi apao ubetumi enya headaches ebetumi irritate your eyes, your nose and your throat. Ebetumi ama irritation and what the cow skin no so ubetumi enya the friend allergic contact dermatitis, that is perfume na ka o skin no sensitize o skin no until next time we start use our perfume no o skin no obenya skin rash.
Wow. Perfume to mani panya skin rash I want skin no
obetumi enya skin rash
kwan ben sa na to me fa so ma wonya sa skin rash no
and na make her say we apply first time no be process be so your friend is sensitization onipadua no be produce antibodies. Say perfume is made up of chemicals, different chemicals. There are about 4,000 ingredients. Yeah, perfumes.
Wow, 4,000 ingredients just to produce one perfume.
So there are 4,000 ingredients. Yeah, they produce perfumes. Currently, perfumers more about 60 to 80,000 different perfumes on the market. Depending on which type you use, now so skin is sensitized that we say use biomua ubenya reaction or skin no a bit me predisposed to even cancers.
Perfume now we use to our skin no are resulting in you getting cancer.
A bit me predisposed to cancer. To say perfume no depending on say we use perfume no a bit to me absorb eco skin eco body what you say into a bit me affect or even hormonal system no a bit me disrupt hormonal system and a bit me affect reproductive system.
Hey,
into perfume no it's not just because of different chemicals no more the no intina some of those chemicals no have the ability to cause those type of problems body name.
So it doesn't even only affect the skin when you apply it, but it's also how we nip hormonal
yeah it may affect it
quite now but me who say perfume na me use like a mammy nya bibi to say na we say hormonal. How will you know?
To say for example use perfume now period a change and I say now for say over fire phone na your phone say and na baby sa a bit me a perfume no.
Wow.
Aha.
Perfume is you moving a miscarriage.
Yes, because
it's more be period into me ma.
Yeah, because I affect hormonal to me disrupted hormonal function no. Intino abanisa na say hormones na control ovulation any sa nyama no. Intino say we use perfume na disrupt hormonal system na a bit me result in some of these problems.
Wow. I say atomic because we were talking about the chemical reactions and so apply perfume on the skin utumina. But to see our science were educating and more change, so we use perfume now it doesn't only affect the skin but even inward. It's maybe say oh the kind can say we use perfume reactions now when be a vomiting. How does that want to come in?
Yeah, just the smell of the perfume causing background to become nauseous. Now what fit? Just the mere smell of the perfume, no. Depending on the perfume type, and your perfume beer.
Okay.
But perfumes be more who inhale. It me ma o ye obosofun now bet me afe.
Hey. Nesadi na maybe so was saying where we be swatch no why a dermatologist me saying you deal with so much issues relating to the skin and aside 1-2 year was watching it do import say and you use perfume aside the few ones I mentioned in your body.
Okay, intino majority no na maboache o no say it may affect your hormonal system no.
What try no say
it may affect even with nerves.
More nerves no how?
So it may cause toxicity of neurons no with nerves no a bit may cause toxicity. In a perfume no are toxic to neurons no. Into affect with coordination how able to me a movie about coordination a bit me affect with coordination.
Wow. Okay, and I did this season so. Since you about to about hormone now, no, and then with toxicity in quite fast so. How? Into what else?
A bit me affect baby ne formation in the womb. Ubenya fetal defects. Yebe baby na maybe ne na ba ko ni ho ana bibisa. Those fetal defects.
Isn't a wrong application or wrong applying perfume to me causes and I say generally to me spray or maybe I was so on saho and now on
is the concentration of the perfume who apply every day. Or be or using not less than 3 different perfumes at a go. Or use way no use way no use way. Until gradually no perfume ni be a fast skin a called bloodstream nim and I cause problems no.
Wow. Mami busawo won say in pain where ya na ye man sebi omo omuno for doso no. They prefer applying perfume under their breast because there's a saying say because they have huge boobs no. Na smell and a scent bitch na ho. And swear. Because me say cancer.
So cancer no, like for example a bit even breast cancer is implicated. But I don't know say direct application no under the breast no will predispose to breast cancer. But there are certain cancers because of chemicals, ingredients, fragrance ingredients na ewo perfume ni mu no it may induce those cancers. No.
Wow. Then let me also ask, people prefer applying perfume in their palms. Or the perfume go and sem, no they are in the trim. In Bimo say, who use perfume or trim, and a man for bring grey hair. No, how true is that?
Me name evidence for that. Say we use perfume, piana ma grey hair. There is no scientific evidence for that.
But what is the side implication? So apply perfume on the hair?
Well, it depends on what type of perfume it is.
For example, perfume for the skin.
perfume for the skin now we apply to the hair. Say yɛmfa say bibi wo perfume ni mo ingredients ni bi wo perfume ni mo a etumi cause hair loss a wobetumi lose wo ti hwi ni bi.
Hair loss then it's our bema use perfume on trim na pempempa.
Ebetumi ama depending on what the constituents of the perfume is. Ebetumi affect hair growth no. Na amana ebetumi ama na anya hair loss or certain parts of the hair.
Okay, and in my main will say back to the applying of perfume on the skin. So we spray, now we spray or hand say, then we have redness. No, now science to spray bioma. What's the meaning? What is the perfume trying to communicate to you?
The perfume may be telling you that you have some form of allergic reaction to the perfume. Until you may have to change the perfume. Because you spray now, honey be red. Maybe the next time we spray, honey be a crow and a bibisa. Until so we use a particular type of perfume, we will apply. Now who say a honey of the skin I red. I just say you why you sensitized to that perfume. Into reuse of that perfume between amount skin problems. So the best thing is to change to another perfume, which may be better or milder on the skin, on your skin, especially in more sensitive skin. More very sensitive skin. Be obenya skin reactions. So in those people, no, you advise them that they should use mild perfumes instead of strong perfumes.
Why a dermatologist? Since you deal with the human body, so before if I say biao, and I will use perfume, and I waba, ejumem, and I miss shower. Yenya, sa allergic, mild allergic reactions. No, how would we know saying to be a perfume way na? I might be a me yari sorry, and I say.
So I know they bit depending on how close you come to the individual. To say maybe if only in corner have a very close contact, and now after that, you know, we start to say phone and answer person fear, then you can maybe attribute it to the fact that maybe in the corner out in China or using that perfume, you know, and untina so phone when I also be feeling. Sometimes grano go for me complaining so we use perfume, so we mean headache, or tea to me power. And so is another side effect of perfume.
It's a meteorasia. So tip pie away and all the shade be a mabre. And I say, me so me no so be brain slam tip pie. Sometimes it's not just tiredness. And I say be a lack of much intake water. It
could be due to the perfume you have used.
How would you know?
So it's difficult to say, but say what now share with daily activities move. Now here and then me away, but we me and me, but me use perfume no. Now me start to say after an hour or two, me start to say me headaches no. So you can attribute it say it's possible say perfume na me use and then me tini pie me.
Wow, mommy say so. You be a deal in skin. So, we use perfume no wahase. Ebia, we use perfume no. We nya reaction. But later in the day, if you know, say, oh, when your rashes, and I say, oh, body need generate something. And
also it can be due to the perfume. So you are having a delayed response to the perfume.
Perfume reaction. That means we use perfume now. And yet at instance now to me reaction
will be to a delayed response. See if I say yeah, friend delayed hypersensitivity reaction. Say
breaking it down.
So in the background or you're sensitized to the body know you're sensitive to perfume no. But at the time of all using no owns own but hours later no now reaction no aba.
So metawasi a nipa nita use that particular perfume. Means you know you swear it doesn't really we use no channel, we use no Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or use no during the week and we not any reaction. I do use it often when that's a reaction, but a delay and maybe like the next day, which happens to be the Saturday, obey me as a reaction.
Obey me as a reaction. It's possible.
Injin is a baby who say be a perfume now me used to and hammer, it be a many rashes and as a meeting.
Or you're very observant, I'll bet me who say possibly no a perfume now or usually no na a man reaction, especially if maybe the following week or say using now the same response. It's possible so when who say a perfume now or using no and they cause problems no.
Into why dermatologist, let me ask you, is it good that we use perfume on the shirts or the clothes that we wear than applying it on the skin?
Well, whether we use it on the clothes or we use it directly on the skin, it will still have contact with the skin. Because as for the skin, as for the cloth is an absorbable material.
Material, yeah.
Into no say me spray perfume or me has to see by all means no a baby can't me skin no all those say me long sleeve shirts. Yes.
Into enjoy perfume use one I say.
Me and cast obeja perfume use, but they use it in moderation. Men using it excessively, like in Kofubi or and son obe pee no be use at least 3 different perfumes and son obe pee. Obe use be one na so echi use another one neha use be different one na motiase and that kind of thing. So those ones will increase the concentration of the perfume no our system name. Because the skin is a layer that can absorb things. It may allow things to go through the skin and then go into the bloodstream. So those are some of the issues.
And see, my main time also apply perfume since our skin absorb in so any manner. So applies perfume or skin. That's it absorb the cold lungs anymore. Side effect right now,
lungs and pneumonia is usually irritation. So we spray it will cause an irritation. And in somebody like my example, so be our asthma. So or you're sensitized any airway no, you're sensitized to the perfumer. So or spray perfume now or inhale or bet me anya asthmatic attack. Or be here say you be rushing out for hospital.
And does one get a body odor from using a perfume? So be you so perfume often it's women in ya sebe honam kankai.
That is so what I know is a uncofo makes a perfumes no more usual. To me at the end of the day now or team fifre can wow to me bad odor. Especially so you do cheap, very cheap perfumes. When now or sweaty, I'll bet me a bad odor on the skin.
Perfume, you mean you different fragrance, correct smell and not a scent. Be a obey panum say this person smells very good. And I say ube you swam and as I saw come out by the other day, then I think still won't drink saying perfume need you to know.
So say and intend different types of perfumes, no? You high class perfumes and you very low class perfumes so bet me at cheap prices. So some of those perfumes are not constituted properly. Say prepare no properly. Into it mean after using it so sweaty I'll bet me bad odor. Uncofo cry uses perfume because already no onragasa or bad odor or smell on the skin to use perfume no to kind of camouflage it,
calm it down.
But a bit me a manner worse depending on the type of perfume or use.
What do you Mammy Busao? Will you advise that we desist from applying perfume on the skin, or we can apply perfume on the skin but apply it with caution?
Make us say you can apply perfume on the skin but with caution.
question also because they watch oh and then dermatologist in the car cannot see you but me apply perfume on the skin into my mean spray what to me spray I mean so what to me spray na ko kan ni
and o spray na ko ka when ya obet me nya irritant contact dermatitis where it causes an irritation of the eyes
into when na oposa posa na bi if perfume
if perfume
and a perfume ye no na ekun ye Anna, because since you read the skin a lot, I'm sure you should know that ABR A or B is caused by this. Is there an instance I will be back hospital and a clinic out to me say, oh, this thing, when a result man in yawi.
Okay, me use the perfume for example, but me use it to say, nkofubum wo mo detox. Na oma mix
lime so to mean onom na detoxing the woman or nya flat tummy and say
bibisa nkrofo to mean those type of things no momunya skin reactions omunya especially after exposing to the sun no omunya skin reaction to the things that they've drank intake no but obetumi nya skin reaction after exposure to sunlight. Your friend phototoxic reaction.
Wow. In the science, will you advise? One says sometimes one thing I know is if you are spraying, you don't have to even spray closely. You can apply it in a distance.
At a distance, yes.
A big one. And they say be a distance. No, you say. Or apply. Be maybe a saw her. Who be when in a navy a piasso any. That one is just a second something, so you don't have to take note of it to maybe go to the hospital to find out.
Oh, say if after a co-wenina and cause a reaction, be a maybe wenina anya koko and now one continue air posa, then that means that it's not caused any problem. But if thereafter when any bear kokona you are tearing.
Okay. In so few
neighbor, that could be a sign that you are reacting to the perfume.
Until the ODA chat work, what advice will you give to the general public so that they can't desist from using a perfume, but things that will make them know, say, use a perfume with caution that will not end up in you getting a reaction.
Okay, so the way I can say perfumes, no, you have different types of perfumes. And you know, the advice should be that you can use a perfume, but use it in moderation.
Whereas moderation?
1, 2.
Okay.
But not like over 3 different perfumes. We spray away waha. We spray away waha. We spray away waha.
As from the beginning of the conversation till now, no, you are not okay, and now you don't accept the perfume cocktail. Whereas Obibefa A, B, C, no apply, so that you will not notice that I'm using A perfume or B perfume. That is that's what you're talking about.
Yes. Because a banisa na say beginning to react. I want to mean which one you are reacting to, whether it is the A or the B or the C.
Okay. Into Pacho final words, because what can be say to you as a dermatologist, you don't advise say be use a perfume cocktail, which is the mixture. Now be used.
So if you want to use a perfume, just use one regular perfume, which your body is okay with. That does not cause any reaction to skin. No?
There's how do you know that this perfume doesn't cause a reaction to one's skin? Because the auto perfumer, most of the times they bring out the quality of the perfume 1, 2, whereas the scent, that is the fragrance. So how would you know, say, a fragrance we are choose is going to have a chemical reaction to your skin?
So, once top perfume in a big cosmetic shop, small papers be.
Okay.
wo spray perfume no also na what they when he ahwe aha ana say obe spray kakra wo skin ahwe say ene woji ana say ene wonje so wo spray kakra na uhun say maybe ho asate say cow ana ehyehew ana say ho no be very dry. That means that maybe that perfume may not be suitable for you.
Wow. So before you even accept to buy a perfume, or tester, they are to me spray my own inhale smell. No spray, you have to try. If I'm getting what you're saying right, my walking into a perfume shop, make a perfume. I have a particular perfume I want to buy. We do only the perfume, mamma. I have to try. Whereas me try it on the skin. In me to go and I say me who say I red. And I say instant na me nya rashes be that means that perfume is good for me. But there again, say sometimes some people delay to reactions.
Delay to reactions.
So how do you know that one too? So
that one it depends on how the person relates. Goes about his daily activities. Inti never say what perfume no, we using no 2-3 days. Now the 4th day we use perfume no now or starting no started say ekikano or hon my dry and onya tingling sensation or hon mu obetumi suspect say perfume now or toy now started so using and no manu enya those type of reactions. So you have to stop using the perfume. But I mean, having said that, if you take a population of 10,000, maybe you may just have maybe 1 or 2% who will react to perfumes. But I think the take-home message in this perfumes between our reactions, either on the skin or within the body itself. So we must be careful with the use of perfumes.
Back to the now, kase to me perfume now be using to me maunya problems. So what? Is it when only you are pregnant and I say on a daily basis?
No, that is when you are pregnant. Now we also use perfumes, different perfumes, over time. A bit me when you fetal defects. They say baby I ever na maybe ne sabaku ni ho anase ni na baku enye very developed ana bibisa ana ne ni baku enye well developed ana ne hwene or nanu any part of the body it can be related to fetal defects because of perfume use.
But nipa neba hospital for maternal checkups, ni maternal care no. Don't you see it from the instance say, oh yeah, nipa near scanner. I'm saying A, B, C, B, M forming one. You don't see it at the early stage.
You can. There are things that you can see, but there are things too that you cannot see.
Wow. And then Dr. Mark Young said, our dermatologist El Kulibu Ayar Sabia, what boy be free. What can you tasembia? Say no noa na coming sana me sure say won so unim. Say na perfume na ya na you use for your skin na you say ya hu ya ye hwam ye dia ko ya won say bia ama na eba na say kodwo na eba e to da ye mema no de ya na ye de ye trim no etu ma ye ti color esesa ma ye ti kwampo etu me pa because of the chemical reactions na chemicals no mo de perfume no apply on ti a unya sa reactions but if you are now only share that enhwe nti wo say free na ekono say na wo use perfume no baby a wo di go no wo check say bia na ama rashes bi ana ho no mpo eye red wo say perfume na wo use no emboa nti wo say wo sesa emma no e ka ho bi titiru the menstrual cycle na to da we are men say say moja nemba say na nya hwio perfume no perfume na ye use no ye nuanum bi mo ma wo a obehia kolebu abontin bia na ye ni ba akwa tochima anempo nensa and also the skin to say skin we dey normal skin because nipa skin and shada entisan say na ye perfumes enti enne mesua de me ye share so won so esua de and the scent no come marketer wo ko top perfume e wo say wo check na wo try na wo hwe say perfume na wo to no and it was skin connection no eyo okay ansa na wato hye na wendi ni hwam ne pe echi medin e de ahosiesie hema Presla Anaman ye woda sene
mejiri se we nyina na wonim ene wahu enti fato kotodwam na afi de bia nimde de eye onye nimde a na odi bi dada ho abrabom na de bi ye homework saa nimde bi etete sei no so so ubenya age se wo hwe Adom TV efisem komo twetwe ena saa nimde ubenya ahosiesie hima Presla na ma ye da se yate na sopen so yebetu ho na mo na emumu no boame na 22nd nyame ya Adom a yenkoja PR ye efise ni nuaba ena wafirimu ye no ebeba so ewo akromofie enti akosia iboache ena edikan ye enti akosu boache demrefadue na PR wo ne abusiafo nyina so ye ma mo hyede enti meka wo sa akromofie nyame ya Adom a 22nd ye na chese na wotwe awie ye asem na meken yo so ho memenda ne ni akwasiada akromofie nkoja PR na onko ye ne sister no abusia me no won komodie e wo mantam nim de ekoso me sro tweme me ba krato ye ti no ye be komantam nim ne ahese de e na ekoso wo ho a me ba medika ba wa mane dada se enkrato no ati ne be komantam mu na yedi enkomo ahwede ekoso ewo ho mehase de afi Kofi Agye wunya ate Kofi Agye na ye kaso a wunya ate kaso nso a wa mobirim a oyembehyew omo so ebia saa na nyame ye wom senso se saa na omo pe omo ho a but ne nyina mu no de besi bia no Kofi Agye wo ho se obema wahu de eko menua bema Kofi Agye mpacha ma che
mejo so menua ba
ra yire je hu ye
nyagopa Adom ne ho ye
ye da irade ase na mpacha o mo ntem ho ne de dadi ana na no no abia
ha ba bo ne de ade tiwa na fiato
mo
te de nyɛ lu sɛ ade akye wo pɛ na wo da sɔre de na sɛ yedi ansi a ade nyagopa na do sanse sɛ de nipa do so mantam wa ne ntiama wa ne fo sam so kwa na ekos na we de awe wo sam a esi ne sɛ ne da ɛna me no ka sɛ ma ɔbaatan ene ne ba ka bo mu ama akoya ro sem kese pa sanse koya ma me ne ba ne fa so firi mu no ne emu awiram ne nya ne se ma me du amanfro mu a amanfro ne ka so na bo hye tutu na ba akwa ujina ka so tu na ba akwa ujina amanfro na sa ba stop no omo mo ti amanfro mu na ko digyo ka so ha no bi asi na akwa se kwan no e de akọ ni ma so ha so the City Company of Ghana omo main office wo enti amanfo do na ko auto prepaid obi ko jimita ni obi a open light hu nyuma bia ho no ko tema ho ne a very busy place na was me about say krom one away say sabi you empene for engineer say krom wa ya am so engineer si to mo ya kwan ya sabi omo nyin say nipa ada cross kwan enti ha the highway yenye ebia footbridge ne nipa fa so say the be ya cars ni betimi akomumri tantante ana say betimi save nipa life but we kwa ye nyina na dodo na ana yenye footbridge o so di du ba bia na kwa ene bresem na kwa hagen awo ho na mami no ne ba ne ba na kwa na chere cha kwa so safe na onye be 1.5 year ko 2 years na him ka ka chese oto no smash kwa o chese o ne ba na ko hospital na ba stop o ko se kwa no e di akọ the other side o di akọ am from polyclinic ana ka bia ono so o lo du niema tishibi tai ebo mami na amunu wa ati mami ne ba ne de kan ahwese de mami ne da ho ba kai pa da ho a o fere ntu vita no da ho na mpapo hu me ne mpapo akwagu sabi ni yemu nyina yi gwabo na ko ya ho sem kese pa within 3 minutes no abaya ba ko so gya no so na ka panyan within 3 minutes na sa the same spot na nipa miensa na ka bo mu na kese oje ho na on tiase but second one there onu do nyaliti di but onu so ni three emu ne pa ya onu zo mu asen do ko hospital mu ka say that's so eja but ya kan wa say mo ani nya ne say Ada sɛ mpanimfoɔ bɛtie amanfo sofo na ɔmayɛ ada sɛ ɔmbɛyɛ food base anaa sɛ bi ɔmbɛyɛ speed drum ɛsiane sɛ kwane zibra crossing kora wɔ no kora na pepa lines na pepa nti ama obi hu sɛ ayɛ nnipa twam nnipa nkyɛm nti baabi a saa bus stop no nso ɛyɛ sɛ wofi kaa so aba wofo overhead no anaasɛ overpass no wo so ɔmde speed no ɔmde firi overpass no wosane yɛ ano adu amanfom junction wosɛ sɛ kaa so ne amanfom no ɛyɛ ɔmobɔ hyeɛ nti wonyɛ sane overhead na no ɔmfom a ɛdi speed no ɔmde ba the same speed na ọmọdé food bridge ní sani ẹ̀dẹ̀ three food bridge náà mìkárà náà ọmọdé kọ ẹnu nà ẹ̀nàm so a àmọ́nfọ́ kyerẹ́ sẹ́ ẹ̀ náà ọ̀twi bíà no káà mú nípa kọ́ nípa bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ẹ̀dẹ̀ kọ́ mímu díẹ̀ náà ọ̀twi bíà káà bọ́ nípa kún ẹ̀wọ̀ hàn mu a. this week yes before àgbàlá nípa mìíràn sẹ́yìn ẹni 3 days na school ní akwala baako káà bọ́ n'ẹ̀kọ́ no ẹ̀na na 3 days wọ́n pẹ́ na nípa mìíràn sá so káà so abọ́ ọmọ the same spot wa kyerẹ́ every day in day out. Cabo nipa, but as a chromo one, young funny pound, any body than as any pa, a cranny, young penny vocal, and to be a nipper one new. I'll find so. I see, I was some here. Oh, be a whole dream, Mammy, or the back hospital. I can't let you kind of bottom and to man of walk around for 2 baby.
Coffee, a yeah, fancy her, yate. Na Johnson baako. Nkwanta baako Johnson baako na watwe bia ka mo nipa kora anya miensa ye ka na ye tie mu fra Fort Bridge aso ya ye Fort Bridge yin so a ankateme mu fo be fa so abusia yen ko brempon hoye na yen ko otimantem so ne ye hwese Ghana se de de abefu ediri mika no na ye pese wiase nko nanim no saa na yesuku usem nso ekọ nanim saa na obrepon ba mpacha mache
yeah that mo be joso
na tisen yo
nyame na don dama
ye keka ye so important ho timantem ho school no ye se mo fra na wo fie nyina wo mo anya bi kọ ne je se obi akọ school te saa ho
that mo I will them na se ba no ye school sem na se so akade ana face ne betumi aboa amadesua na de kyerewonsem akoso ewo eye otimantem na eye erewonsem amane bebe ana edi eba ye ekyere se eba na eye school system eba na eye enkonya eba na eye trodua amanfo betumi enye de edi asuade ama won a omoso eti enke na fiti maso domo de sene so ati na ko ye no na akwakwa ye bodi bibi pa okopie mu ewo subiti se eye papu akura ana kese eye adia na nkra mensa eye kurumafo no etimi esi ema nkwala no so mu ti ade no ena mu ti ma se the bibi ankoko ba de na kese amande bi ba betimi ato ana so eye ne betimi ato eye school for no na eye homete eno akiri su kopie mu ewo eye ofosu bato na eye yero so nje papa se nembre a ye present condition ade kyerɛ sem betimi akɔ na ni nanke akura bia so betimi anya eye akandifo na afesu atɛkyerɛ fo na se bia mpegi fa ewo eye tamantemu na akwakwa ira wunsem pase ukupie wonuma eye borehole anka kurumafo atu a na nka omodi ekese nkobotumi abu nsuo ebi afiri ho no sembre ameno kese ko honuma eye ofosu bato a eno ewo nkwanta south a honum na adane eye skudanya eye nkwala a omo ewo kg na fesu eye class 1 so enam se eda eni ho akonya anase bia eye nkonya eni ho ntini omo ebutu wonuma omo esuade na akwakwa ya wonse eno achi no
obrempo ba mesro jina hansa na wako eno achi na apesa ode to so no saa enfoni no a yehu wo tv ne so no apata bi no a yabo ne ho no ehefo na boy GS na say Ministry of Education na say kromafo na mobo apata ne se ne be yo moma no ebekwa kosie mo ba bi ni akere mo de why na boy
eye kromafo no echale se omoma edachi enye ho wontini se omutini ebo apata na omutini efe amwase be yanka aban so bitini atu omusufre na ngosi abisi school dan eti ma ho
na mpacho kromafo no boss apata ewie ye no achachafo na wo ho no so ye de wan bia people teacher fo no bia omo so pa adwuma ya na say training college fo ni bia mpacho mo so ya achachafo ben ya
eba no ye people teaching nsem dia obopim e woti mantam ne betima ka say school school be ni ho make ka people teachers and e wo ho assembly the schools are e wo e ultimate ko teacher for I teachers e wo ho no remember that school ye kan wa se e ye Badwam pray teacher makoma be say nsia na ho nya o mu nyina e 20 teachers qualified teachers o mu kuta mu degree ni o mu diploma o mu kire ade wo ho no
I see
na just bano e teacher ho anase da ade teacher for ade o mo ma try there me try can say I had the people teaching me some day ni no enshana and no so sa wa hanu ti na mbom ne ye akonsidi ama de suade anase adesua no enko de nimpa eye edan enkonya tiki learning materials betimi aboa ama de suade de kira nsem akọ de nimu eno ana akwakọ dempa ewa ni sei na ni nyina mu no say ye hwe san quality form omo esuade anase do mu nyo de kra international esuade no na eye koda for street de ye enkonya makomako 1810 etimi edema edisi makomako nsia ewo otiman tem say okomo chiche empama eye school makomako be say 170 ewo administration committee mi aboa ma de so na de kire wo se be ye enkonya wonsem akotwe ewo eye otiman tem betimi aboa na sa kultura na sa district eye nkwanta south eye nkwanta north afi so just kan na keje bi aka na cracking tomorrow mpepɛ bɛ no kɛsɛ nkwanta south de mo tuma ko yi ɔmo kyɛfa a ɛwɔ ɛyɛ nkonya no mu egyina ɛde akɔkyekyɛ ɛde ama ɛyɛ schools no bi na mbom ɛyɛ keje bi ɛyɛ buem ɛna afei so ɛyɛ cracking tomorrow ɛna afei this week kan na aka ne deɛ mpepɛ bɛ no kɛsɛ bɛ pie mu ɛwɔ ɛyɛ nkwanta south a ɔmo nkonya a ɛka ho a ɛyɛ 1810 no ɛde so si ewia mu ɛna afei so suo a ɛtɔ yi
because ɔmo ni school dan ya ɔmo kɔsesa nkonya na kɔgum nyɛ saa
Diamond enthusiasm ya ye ekere say assemble from the na ekere so mu ni sika mu timi ama eye GS for na timi abesa nkonya na
Dabi obepo ba to bo ase o se koda wo se hifo na ama omo nkonya no Dexes no 1000 mebo a
1800
enti Dexes no e wo assembly ho
Dexes mpempa me no kase o ma assembly na e wo eye nkwanta south na nke say eye district makoma pin amabo hu edin so mutimi no kukuru edi ekoma eye education director na musim entimi encheche
na ehefo se omo ni sika omo de befa ka ma nkonya nako
mpempe me no kase kwanta south patime yi omo de eye frimu amati becheche edi akoma eye school sa omo nya nkonya ne bi
mati e ho na se na ehefo na aka na omo se omo ni sika omo de befa nkonya no
na mum eba no eye nkwanta no omo de eda so esi ewia mu eye kejebi akan omo de so esi ewia mu eye kachi ntumuru omo de eda so esi ewia mu eno da na nya ntia se eye gas campus timi ebe omo de ka ebe timi yi eye omo de so efuru na tia se akadi shitin nan a mpempa me no kase omo so na ye ba no nkonya na asompa ehu se de yi ye pa na nkombi ta ko fa ta nkonya eda koma adisian fo no o timi be bia tena afia hia de na
ba bia pone wono na mpese wo sane mu maye no nkonya ne de ehia wom nemom aka ewon kwanta south ho because omusi omunni lorry fare ede car be kwakofa nkonya na ba
ehwehwemu a ye kire se omunni lorry fare anase sika musimia ede amfa ehyan abesese nkonya no ede akọ amama akọchiche ede ma school for the benintina nkonya na mo ede ma omo na si dakoda for ede ma omo se omo pam ko ma school for ya omo bre ewon nkonya nsem no ede so si eye ewiemu ewon kwanta south usio na afesu aye eba
obrempo ba boye na yente nkomo na se ye sese no enkonya no esese schools no na omo pesika de kofa ana sese assembly ni de kofa mawom eno o school ni niska na assembly ni niska
koda ewie enkonya no hande over edema eye otirija code council ana afesu eno achi no ese directorate no etimi ehwe se anasa assembly etimi hwe so mutu be fa nkonya no akọ hanno ba ida ma education directorate a ewo sa mantaminsia wenyi na mu nti jese bra no mo hane uba no nkonya no ma assemble no ewo nkwanta south
okay
nti nkwanta south for so echefa ewom omo de mutini yi omo de komaaye na aka eye mantaminsia eye cracking to move eye jasikan eye kejebi akan ana face nkwanta north so nkomo fa car ana se bia o ma assembly no ntimi emu asamanya ascend member to Kunya, the command director, almost any Kunya, Aqua teacher, the Amat schools now, only Kunya.
Enti assemblies no na omo nika e na omo so omo niska e na nkonya na ya de acha wo mo no egu awie mu na ensio bo no na wi ase no wo me da se obrempo ba ye fancy Hawaii me da se pa enti e na wo hu no e no omo sisi form ho no hwe baby a ayi mpacha wo fa video yi nsanto so ma me mesere wa hwe baby a mofra yi titie e na enwura etwa omo ho ahia ene ya do baby kakra bi na mofra hye mfimfin ti baby omuti awowo empotro enkusio enkro kokroko we wo hye hakra nkokọ nyina ye wo honte ene omugusu tete ho sua de ene kokroko na akokọ so bon emponchi nyina ne na mhode pomeme na wo bia domo ye nkonya 1000 de mom no assembly intumuru krate just kind ne hwa assembly ni nika ena ni sika na mofra na te ho na me de me ya no say BCU say what see you say hwan bedru so no ne ono owo extra classes teachers be say 5 no oni nkola we nyina e betro the same examination on the same day with the same marking scheme mama enya Ghana yi wate na Ghana ya dia ye fancy ha na ayi just kind ne krate ne keje bi ni ho ahwan na o de nya hwe mompe ka ne sika o se de na mofa nkosesa na mofa mankunya no mo nkola ne entena se asa super pokra hinime me de me hu nyina no ba bia ye me ya ne say BCU say wasi na duru so no sankola we nyina tete sa wo nim no ene wo extra classes teachers makoma be 5 no e be throw the same question the same day with the same marking scheme. Okay, enti so we the streets DC na owo sa mensi ahodo ya yebobo so yi a ya to nkra wai ya to nkra am de super pokra hini na mami ntwa so na ye concept foforo so me ba ni ato so ye nin komo foforo na me guso amekai this yi ni ahemfo ne wo mo obi eden ya krobia ya kura te sadan kura nyame peje obi wo mu enti mu a mo fi sa ba bia ya bobo so anopai no otimantem ho no krate jase kan ne ho ahwan no mo ma no mo future leaders no na eni a wo wote ho no mo obi atam nkonwa so a mo timi nkonkofa ya ho mo eye na se ye ka se ye postu wo mo konkrasi a wo mo nko krate mrantie se na wo mo kwa kura na se so hwe anope not cosmetics adaroma ena wo ma me mo ne pa no bi ena ayi Florence hidden glow watch mani ma me de te he ya mani ma ya wo fei so enti se ba na so besiesie wani ma ye makeup na wo ye dia not cosmetics make I was said note no eye NOTE on se wo school no notebook ha enti note na make kan ho asemi NOTE not cosmetics eno na bem woni mu ada ho yo se ne mani mu ada ho ya am de te he so atiase enti not cosmetics will be bia so a eye makeup ho niema na etumi aboa wa ma wanim ada ho yie na eno eda nchen a afa ye ni nkomo ye kwa ye be eyapomoden wonti apo a wa ye late agese wotumi ti apo ansa na diaso bi kura wo otirim no ebetumi abam enye sikasam na ye kan because ebi wo sika yare enti omodaeso no akadem oti apo a eno ne hia eno na discan beba ena de bibia beba no pay Dr. Lawson a woda Lawson Herbal Center no e wo menten wa ha na de enkonwadi ye de ama no ne akonwako a wokotena so ne adidi a wodi no agese ye je ho nsam kakra fi nanum ansa no watumi ate ase nana Dr. Lawson pacho mache
ya ni amini aba
nana no pede minya na mibo mi mu ase amoache o nko mi hu no nana sem say da na wa okodi ade
me da ase ma de nyina ya feme nana Lawson Chimenu.
Nana Lawson de
Chimenu. The CEO of Lawson Herbal Center.
Okay.
Sefata. Se obebu sam se makodi akonya. Ana me nana. Tete no ya wo amamre ene wo amane. Abusua bia wo no na amamre ewo na mane na me pese me twe Ghana for adwene si bibi kakra so.
Okay.
Me ameti hey o therefore tete na kebeka se me yedunsini.
Okay.
Enti se bibi chia ewo fie ana sabiu abusua mu ana akok bia wo area yekohu obi a owo ani. Sa na ya adwene kire. Yenu yini but yasum nubna enkohini ene haban.
Okay.
Sen yanu nyina otumi a obade de ahye. Etini yesi edua ben na etwie.
Okay.
Se edua etwie no, edua bi atimi twi. Se bia ukuro na wotimo no obo ade nyankopo hu se kuro no bibi koso na senye papa na wamadua bi sim se ya mango pe odum onyina no waka na branches no baako ato ho sei ti bibi koso obo se na etwi sei na etwi sei ntu ni ani a wuhu yentra sini konkonsa bibi koso okuro no na senya se dua ne protect ekuro
sa
yes
na chese ni nyina senkyerene kasa
senkyerene kasa
na woni a wonim enti mu amosom enubra ene enhaban no mo na mote ase
ye te ase
ti eno ho adidie na wodi
sa pepe
na chese se ye kasa Dr. Lawson a enye se wakosua no school dem mu asem
debi
wote enhaban kasa a wote
sa
wani nso a omo ye nsenkyerene a wo di omo pa kire
ya da so ho daye
wow
it is a wo no yale na oba ebia na amamre a ewa abusua no wabuso ebia wabusua no mu kura wonton na wo bo no ni kwa asabia sabi udi kama nam preko nam kusie nam koto wakodi etu kodi a wobetumi anya yare a eye chronic yare kranko.
I see.
Enti basa osa ye di yare na chiwade de eka no wo de amene ntia hwade
mate
so he yale e fe no stroke a stroke na chiwade baako a eye very powerful eye nkrampan
ya
nkrampan
unum
nkrampan koko ya na wo so e makoko wu wo ye stroke aduro mo obi a wonya stroke sebe na no achia ne nsa na wo so ni kotodwe ahono achia ne nase atatai wontimi nante nya ne he wotimi kasa te sese bi obi a wabodam na no na achia na no tinsuo ni brain ni nya adwuma e stroke na chiwade baako e nkrampan.
I see.
Enti na duro na wo be ya ma nipa na wanya stroke yare no o se die fene nkrampan no die
ebiko eka ho
aye sample
eye na se wote se obi ye enhabanuru na se obi ye ebibiduru a obi wo ho a ebia osua ye otena obi na ase na oye obi wo ho nso ye na dom de obi wo ho nso nyame ankasa seda de ama no in fact eye na se meka se Dr. Lawson no me de ba ko bi e wo ma ne din da so no Lawson heba no na no bi de etoso mienu am ni se kwan of aso ka kwan of aso ye aduro no me de menya mu gidi me no mo ye nso aboa but o se de na o sa de abeka ho no a na te se unim eho abakosam tiase atinubuna ne enti se a wo uduru ba bi enua wa Woti omo kasa hu omo ne ye hu de ebesa yare poten kura. Wadom de no no.
Edua ahaba bi ewo wiase bia ewo yare esa.
Nti usua ya na ye sira asoma na edijawo.
Obia wo adom akyede a Nyankopɔn ede akyɛ no.
Nokre.
So usua na adom akyede no nya wo de a wo boa emfa.
I see.
Me believe no no.
Okay.
Because me dura haban bi dua bi ho. Metimi monitor medana me so ho daye.
Wow.
Etimi Dr. Lawson me sha we. Yen hwa de. Yen hwe wo mo bubu agu dem a wo matuna no Lawson me sha a healing wo mo.
Wow.
Eba sa ya na ye wo mo nwa betimi no. Enye me nwa because minim de wom.
Okay.
But when ma what
ya see papa.
Lawson heba me sha. Yen hwe tumi a Nyankopɔn de ahye kokɔ aman mu. Se kokɔ na wo so am Lawson me sha. Eti kokɔ na chiwade ne kokɔ aman no.
Okay.
But what ya see?
Matias here pa.
Yen malaria na chiwade. Unya nim tree. Unya Christmas tree. Unya bomagu achi. Na wo de ye malaria dra. Wo de na chiwade akayale no. It is definitely
ebeko
onuma else eko a sample.
Okay.
But what did me tell
Matias here papa.
Me pese Ghana fo hu tumi a Nyankopɔn de ase no bra enkohin. Na kadenti na say ahaban bi wo kra yin so mu so. Utimi ti ahaban bi de se obotuma na wo de kita koda eka. Obi de o kanu. Ekita na akona sa wo dan eka. Se sika ne bi no wo kra na da obehyew no. Ebedira obekɔ no ɔde usika bema.
Wow.
Eye tumi.
Okay.
Yehwe sa law care mixing. Also tetene sa obeka ya ojama haban. Oba nsuo gu no. Na sibie ye kese. Na asanakse keka na mpanyimfo kɔpɔ ojama haban. Ne de ahye wo mase.
Ti se de ye tua wo no.
What you say?
Ne de siesie o.
Ne de siesie o. Yale na chiwade ye.
Okay.
What you say? Nti sa wo no ba na sa wo infection. So nsuo gu. Wase aye kese. Oba wuni atenka. Wo ye be ma adu so wie. Na oba ma no mu keka mu hyehyew. Jonso ni ntimi ma. So ana say oba ma na fon.
Bema na fon.
Etime fon.
Infection no.
Oh yes.
Etime fon.
Yes.
Eti wonam ho brane na ne bema fon.
Na fon.
Isa.
Infection timi mu oba akra ne to fon.
I see.
Eti na chiwade ye ho. Ebi wo sa edu ekitami mu.
Okay.
Etu ba sa ba ma bi tinam so de ono 5 bottles ajanom. Wo bo so wo sa ni padua no. Ni padua na kwa ba bi afon na ye kese. So hwe nufu a afon. Teteno na na chiwade eye den. Sa eduabe ada me de be gina me de be kire mu.
Ai ne da no de ba ha mi.
Nufutini.
Na mi bi sa say bayira say no.
Yes.
Ya
de obo ade ahyehyɛ ato entimi twa mu de kɔbum se wiase be sei. So oba nufusa afon a konifutini bi ase ne koyi fa kire nufutini no. Ebe ye kase eye sample.
Koyi kire na.
Koyi kire na. Ebi wo law care ni semu. Etu oba onufu afon aye ketewa no. Law care me sha.
Okay.
Ye fa number no to jama etiefo ne ahefo.
Joe.
For Dr. Lawson, the virgin doctor, a mad doctor. Gana for ma, the woman say croc me a mo yemi. Many are Gemini. Ye fa number no to jama.
Mate. 80 Doctor wa boy.
0242 133 577 0242 133 577. Femi the virgin doctor, Dr. Lawson. Mosonfo. Enu me dia be dwaso oba bia be ma twu condemn. Awale nkoye, uni anigye, unya akyede wa aware ni mu kope. Law care mixer.
Okay.
Ne fade o sama. Fade o car, fade o moto. Ebe bo ye papa.
Dr. Lawson, yeah that's it. Nana chemenu. But I didn't no. Me that's it. Some dey to be true.
O friend me the virgin doctor
Matias here. Ebusia asampa no na Dr. Chei Menu, the virgin doctor, Dr. Lawson. Waka dey atona dey tsena ho. Na wa baba we mrantie ntwu condemn. Aso ba brewa ene ebetwu yi a ho na abehu. In fact, when you to me, I just hear the free Roman answer. Me who will be a oye in Rose or Tia Siati and one for dear crassy. In fact, I know they are this year, dear Banyamin Shrow. Eda se pa.
Na ye hu se
Eda se.
Amamre ne amane no. Se se wudi akunwa kwa na so ye amane na osum akunwa no.
Ese se oye na ho akade. Eda se. Nyame shira.
Pese etiefu hu ne se.
Yate.
So oti amamre ne amane no ase a edwuma a wo ye no emamu ye du.
Mo yeda se. Enti ye den komo na si Pedro ni bito 0242 133 577 0202 675 778 medase meden komo twetwe no esi amahene kwabena sante eni abedwa fort na se den pese mu ato awoso na na teme no medase ebusia memwache edase medin de Lady D yo memwache.
Okay, so we are back. It's just behind the scenes. It's Thursday. The trade and Ponyakupo is already and so I chair Kwansun. Mamencha Dr. Pounce, Hits FM. Dr. Pounce, good morning. Oshibi, only your wife to be. So, yeah, Mama, congratulations in advance anyway. So that's all I can say. Dr. Pounce. Kwakwa, cameraman, happy birthday to you. We wish love 99.5. When Aqua rather, Richard Aqua, yeah, and I'm saying Kwakwa. Richard Aqua, wish love 99.5. Aqua joy, 99.7. Oh, say joy Taranim. Oh, fine, joy news. Yeah. Okay, so Aqua actually me. And then the birthday. Love FM for a chamu, Insure FM for a chamu. Yeah, that's St. Andrews College for us. One of us saw Kwanson Koso. Anna, yeah, one also I did a drew CD capsules and then the ointment. She had done myself Kwanson Koso. And I feel home time in Jensen. So, and they would do it. Sunyana 6 Stars Pharmacy, one Sunyana Municipal Assembly, Eshenim. One of us saw Kwanson Koso, Yamfasa, and Komo, Yamfa, and Bro. Mamencha afofo nyina na menkoso nkai afofo se yakwan no e dia to sector minister awakwata anim era bano era George Boachi omuguso omu e dia de se die to sector minister awakwata sa so na ma me Frida Pempe Collins da Erikopoku era Bobie ene era Benjamin omu nyina omu ayere pampe gina aban kon so se ahafo akwan ni nyina no abanhwe yamfo hwidiem Kenya ase mankranso to tepagoso abanhwe emem akwan no na yehwe na adroba akwan ni nyina na yehwe na ontu ho na mon quick nti adehia mo kakra akokọ banu nso yenya abotre minister nso ahye omobo Ira George Boachi nso ahye omobo se ade asa akwan ho nsem no Ebra, the to me as regional minister Beko, we know you say, or Konfa na Amenetimiako, Kama. Yatanasi, the name video mine home como, and Cows and paying for Atanasi. Ira Bawa, Atanasi, Nimia for Bawa, Okobongwa, on the ticket of NDC, but or represented the interest of the constituency, into a non-partisan MP, even though or the party card, the parliament. And our demonstrate over time say, constituency will do their for all. Nti more bongo constituency, more might testify a lot. Developments are what they about. If you are who do our touch, your families are who do our touch or bongo, mudia dance kesi pa. And baby say NDC back to me more. We also come mabunu na. Ye jidi wom kesi party to area ba kwa ye pray as of mine. Enyina ma hoden ho asem nenim de o ho kese pa ota chiri kura me giri so de boa aba wo sui kakra se de be o mo sunya akonya ba ba ma adwuma no nkoye kese pa na den pa emom yoba akwaba
ejo so minia
yeah, that's it for your time. You're acting or former. This is the last time I checked that document. It just said you are shifting into a different area altogether.
I mean, your former
deputy minister, information.
For information.
Yeah. Okay. So, watch the space. Overshare for the past 2 weeks on the Kusi. Because His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo watch with sir, all my boss, Naba, Director Generals, Chief Executives, watch it too much. It's 5 months into the second term. Watch it. The MPCB issued their word unprecedented. Watch it. So, Ubo said the pace I Ghana they con akem. I very slow because of some of these boards, Director Generals, Chief Executives of these agencies, departments, or more any decisions are nipa do not me make because of say the Yemra na si akoye. Intermediate is a soonest. Probably should be June. So no deputy ministers who are running illegal business now because they've not gone through the system, but you see them, some of them at the ministries working. Even though it's in the interest of Ghana, it's not formal, it's not official, but what can we do? The said the next list of chief executives, a former information minister, deputy, Ira Pius Enam Hajide, hard working for the party and for Ghana, what reflected Obinya the attention and favor of His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. Na ordinary to baby. Oh, kwaba.
Over video so near Dick me and Chow.
Yeah.
Ne many opinion.
Yeah.
Eddie. I'm down for Panono.
I see.
Yeah. Omoa. Many woman.
Oh yeah. Or your controversial.
And you know, or your nice man, say na okay.
Yeah.
A biom no. Or your bakwa. Me dem susu say ni politics no. A enye omo in this mo a omadwene ne omukasa nyina kire se ansa na ye bedwe Ghana ho no e wo se ye dwene amanyokuo ndisi no ho un se ebinum aka na
yeah, but when he ran as a consultant for the energy ministry, anyone be an as of that time and I'm debating and no na poor approach wafat because he was speaking to the realities on the ground as of that time. But now most of politics and propaganda out of the statement and as of that time. In the approach of the current minister, energy minister, or Mia who said, this is it, well, you have to face it. But that was what he was also propagating at that time.
So me say, only politics, no. Nanka ni pepe mono, and ye baby a one now so because you be a when you was by MPP. Now, look at this guy. Who no say, Omo party no who can answer my case. Then amazing with the worst of the MPP. And who say Kaka? It's worse of the my infant program say be or say ba me to me.
You won't gag me.
I have no criminal record, and that was the conversation we were having behind the scenes.
Yes.
DCP Opariado. First, from where I say, very revered police officer. That's who and what I've known him to be. Until Major General, the acting National Security Coordinator, about a different angle. That suggested that it's been investigated for one or two things. It borders on criminality and non-performance. It's quite worrying. But Papano, quickly, the controversy surrounding what appears to be the questionable removal of the Ashanti Regional Security Coordinator from office may not be ending anytime soon. The latest twist to the vacillating impasse between the acting National Security Coordinator and the Ashanti Regional Security Coordinator, Deputy Commissioner of Police, Kwaku Ayesu Opariado, is that the latter has released a list of professional achievements and records to dispute the former's attempt to discredit his competence. Major General Francis Edu Amanfo, retired, the National Security Coordinator, had said that DCOP Opariado's tenure in office had expired, but his mandate was not renewed due to non-performance and his own criminal activities. Without giving further details about the supposed criminality, the National Security Board justified the forceful removal of DCOP Opariado, maintaining that it was as a result of his refusal to hand over his duties to a newly appointed person for that office. However, in a statement issued on Wednesday, May 19, 2021, DCOP Opariado said those claims against him were preposterous and a deliberate ploy to taint his personal and professional image. You know, I don't know whether that is the case. What followed this conversation?
I followed, but I thought he been from...
You are observing. We are observing. He will give us an insight after observation.
Yeah, so he give us, then I will play out.
No. We need to tell him what you have seen and he give us an observation.
Me da se pa him for say one mama opportunity say me at least me contribute to our platform you so. Me some person me that was for your kind words that you give. This is something. This is a huge platform. So when you say something charitable like this to me, something at one point I was not sure whether I was the one you were talking about. I couldn't recognize myself. Oh, dear, no person gag me. You wanted to gag me. Now, back to the issue. Minia, any country be a say or mind be or be a national security there here. And that is why I share, for example, very advanced countries like the US, appointing a national security advisor to the president, and yet one of the topmost positions. And you'll be near the man. Because of the health and safety of the people a workroom. Over Ghana, generally just the national security architecture. It affects our health. You do any idea. You be bia. I be my yen. I be kasi nipa. It affects that because we share a constitution. We now share even the president under the principle of self-preservation. Say I was say ye tiase as ne tima ye be say no. The first responsibility, I say, how does he keep his people safe? And safety goes from health to food to everything. Yeah. It's a very important thing. But because president, our oversight responsibility over all other issues, what is here? And laws no I say, my yen baby, not just say, sir, issues about our security, our this and this and no. Maybe should be inside. No only a manager, man. Well, a manager, man. Because every other person who works within the government, works in the person of the president. A president need no the ejuma. What you say? Because no ontimi wo bebi a into say wo de hwe hama me anytime be my friend say hey me national security assem no senate here no wotimi aka chairman na take decisions. What you about? Yeah. So that is why we have that. And he said, Oba now who say over a period of time, discussions say you one. About the national security in Ankasano, then it becomes a problem. Because they don't make us. For example, and then Yamfani said doom so ye ba. Now President the person who said what are the implications on our national security? A national security no baby so much. Minim say dey energy asem. But what are the implications? What I say? It explains why sometimes national security goes to drill boreholes. There are certain times you see the national security goes to drill boreholes because of the human aspect of the national security assembly. So the president relies on them heavily. And to say, Obana Oben who say, over a period of time, national security is in the news. And mostly their job is subtle. Quiet. It is only in Ghana you can see somebody who will come and boldly tell I'm national security. Because a human intelligence gathering. And macho. A intelligence gathering. You share dinner isiwa. Dinner isiwa say. Dinner waha. A intelligence gathering. And he say characteristics of a national security. I say yabehu. I say wa utimi kwa jim macho. No wa bo. And a national security. Then we must as well just forget it. And anything I share in a country like the US, people who work either in the FBI or what have you, most often than not, most of them, most of FBI, most of them are lawyers. But besides that, people with IQ are very high. And I still remember very carefully the then IGP who was first the BNI boss and became the IGP friend, Namfuri.
Peter Namfuri. No Bisano, and no occur the number of graduates and no more police service. And no all say he is sad about it because obviously, on him say with police service and security services, I was so young for or more IQ high. Because most often than not, criminals who are very high IQ. It's just that it has not been guided properly. And I'm the and to be able to outwit him, I was so IQ high to be able to counter the person. Me Kaisa did that time, I think I was in secondary school or something. And he said, and the thing stuck to me. What I say? And he said, oh, share national security, and I was saying, zoom it down now to these issues. May analyze DCOP Ayensu Opariado and the Brigadier General Amanfo omo issue no within the context, because this is just one drop of major things that are happening. Osha say issues about Galamsey. Then you hear the names of national security offering security to minors. Who share, and they say, who share Chronicle as one of the newspapers. National security again under the leadership of Azu, going to brutalize an immigration officer in Western region. And then brutalize another security agency in the sight of almost say district commander. You have a situation in national security. You find this will be law now. Law now omo mumudi edwuma obi afun law yes mrano obi afun say watching nkra. Me, I'm a son of a military man. Usually the young guys in the lower ranks and a bedding ebeko akoya dibi na mpanyimfo na ba say oh dem ye enya
papa
in the omaka public and say we will investigate and discipline them. Usually we hear this sound like a colonel, and I know how military men are trained. I know because I have hovered around my father till he died. And if you have a colonel directly involved or allegedly involved in the kicking or the groin of a pressman, don't say that, how did we get there? You have a structure, more architecture. What you saying? More the national coordinator, national security coordinator. You have liaison, regional liaison officers. If you have one of your officers, then you have an issue to deal with. You can handle it neater than you did. What are the narrations? Otie Obia, Mamima, a typical example. Wabena someone. He is quoted, and I've seen it in the media, as saying that now, was you say free office, no one free, you're the force to be you free. Mahu, as I mentioned, regional minister, Ashanti region. You now won't see a cockot. Then the most scandalizing part, no, the ama, just say, you dream make a crown. ASM mete Brigadier General Amanfo Assemble. Minia. O say papa no, the contract ya renew. That's legal. Who family and ya multimedia. Now after 1 month, we just say my performance when enya. So it is within the rights of the state at any point, and the president does not need to give reason why you should be removed. Yeah. It is within his right. There's
no problem.
The power, Ghanaians have given him the power for 4 years to do that. Because ultimately he answers for it. So it is within his right. And he said, "O say, Papa no. Ni contract no man sign, or man renew it because of non-performance. Leave it there. Then you move on further to say because of his criminal activities. For God's sake, I don't expect that from a national security coordinator. If it is on criminal issues, the man should either be in the police grips or should be in court by now.
If it's for criminal reasons.
It's a criminal reasons. I don't know what ultima says.
Matthias, yeah.
So who say
non-performance is no issue.
Yeah, non-performance. The only performance.
You have the discretion. Non-performance go.
But you add that for criminal reasons, activities, and the man is still walking on the streets of Ghana.
A criminal in court.
A criminal in court. So I'm just using his thing. And this is a national security coordinator. A being no can say Emma journalist. And the man is still there. Then I have a problem. That's the other thing. But you see, the other aspect I hear from the DCOP's man, and here I am not putting judgment value. I will say when they're right and I say when wrong. Or say, I don't understand more issues with him. But even before I come to the issues with him, I say, look, me ba Ashanti region honorable. So before that, so no regional commander honorable. So me ba honorable. Na me ni me kwa no me Delta Force for. Na me no mu yedwuma. Na me hu se omo adwen asesa omo nya edwuma ma oba your friend saying party no. Then I took a second look at them. And that some conform any are for more your friends national security. Ntono ni momo. Indeed, who read this story of Osemensa in this case now? The Osemensa case on power or court now. Also, Moban, also Moba Befano, no, also Quaco Johnson. Omu di ne chiko bathroom, no catch only sorry, only in the Bema. It's just here on the story that I've only in the Bema, no more. The question I then ask myself is Ube Kaya, our vigilante accord now, the anti-vigilantism accord now, and yes, under the leadership of Peace Council.
Yeah.
Some Kaya, me party, me woman, air friend NDC. Okay, at one point, not party. Not your challenges in signing the document. Am I even media house by the why not signing ready to sign it? We raised a number of issues. One of the issues he raised here and say, I just signing a deal. Now see, young person you be sign now for ya say your party. Almost say a party for your vigilante groups. MPPs who are vigilante group. Young person you be sign no. Na sa anko for no. Ya be hwa na ne do makugura state security. Say no, we've moved them from the streets,
the normal party
into the state security. We said this. And you know what happened? It's exactly the issue that has happened. Where now? What's it there?
Story
what
first time thing now?
Oh, to the extent that you put them there, and you see the danger involved in this. We a party person now as a party vigilante. Me know from so priest I can do it with a bit of safety because it's about my safety. But clothed in the state authority. What do you say? O mine I want them no dey show one sa. Eso. Me ni kwan say me no be pressure. I don't have. Meanwhile, you are perpetuating the same thing now as a party man. And the challenge in this, Minia, is that look, the average training for a policeman is around 6 months. Did you know that just before the elections, the Palaguru Police Training Center, they were training people for 4 weeks to come out as policemen. 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
4 weeks. Go and ask the police commanders. Go and ask the immigration commanders. Go and ask the military commanders. They are all worried. And said people, most often than not, need discipline. You know the normal discipline. How on earth can you see? When I was growing up as a kid, grooming as a military man or a policeman, you need to groom your hair very well. You see how I've done my thing. You need to groom it very well. You will see somebody in full police or military regalia with left beard, with an earring. And these are all supposed to be national security people.
Okay.
And to me, last statement I say, for me, and this is an appeal to the president, who is all of us our father. He should just sit down one of these days and reflect. What type of country does he want to live after 2024? Whether it is an NDC government or it's an MPP government. Is it a country? Your hoodlums that we cannot control. Hoodlums that are armed. and na ye kan ye nyina esresere Mika say, or sometimes Mika say, if you create a monster and you constantly feed the monster, na de bana wunni bibia would be feed the monster na oba devour one kasa.
Former Minister.
Yo ofa me da say, me say ni American yes me nua no o say kakra ba no adanedi pefe so wo hwe bra wo bre eno kranti na ma wo ma na emre bebre because Oshia no na ye nim baby ade na fa kora asem a wo si yenka no lecture ya yeti me de me hu sebi o baby asem na nkasa ne baby ade akosi na ne dikan me tie ne pa ne dikan me na baba wo kasa mo no ubo dum so din se dum so abe was a conversation mo good news ni say na ye kase ni dum so me try bibia me ya no baako
okay
me twa ne tew ye ni dum so enne ewo mu se kanea no edu ba bia ye dum no but ye ni dum so ye wo dum sie ana se dum fix ye dum na ye sie
na mu dum
afixe eno no difference wo eno no dum so emo enti ne de kan no now number 2 e was say yetias yese nia menu no kan ye efa FBI any intelligence gathering institutions e wo ewiase finance anso na tie e wo Ghana yempo ye baye no na ne e friend no BNI no na omu ye responsible for intelligence gathering but ye mamu titru under mo NDC for no na BNI for kra no na omutu mi chinipa omaji police for adwuma ye their concentration was no longer on intelligence gathering afi omuso move akọ cohesive force hwe me say Ghana ye say ye wo challenge na ye hu efidie no emu atochimanti ye fix ya ni fari by pa no na hu kosam no ni fari by pa ye nuanu NDC for no ma say Ghana eye sesia na adisua kese a eda na do danko kufa do tiswa nkakra o siesie every sector of the Ghanaian economy dum siesie na dum fix na ye kanokra no mu na mu ko say no security misalignment any say the nkofo free wo madwuma ye de hye wo nsa e de akọ baby foforo a macho beba obia esoso se onu so e ya agima e wo baby owo no ni nyina no ni fare ba ye ndesi
meba he's talking from the angle as an opposition party or what? Is he a opposition party?
No, he's a government.
I'm getting worried.
I'm reacting to him.
No, but
before I come to the issue.
You're talking as if you are representing Bawa in this case, and Bawa has the power at this point.
No. Oh, you are missing the point.
In
Bawa's talking, no, or the subuono ebo
after 5 years.
Until I may say, now say no. And yet, dear, odi 1 year.
Minister, after 5 years, you have your first term of office.
Yes.
We agree to the comfort zones that every new government you have to go through. In fact, in your case, no, just interrogate you anymore because you are sitting.
Okay,
it's off the radar.
Bisa. May you know.
But if you sit here today and Bawa Nyomo Enye Papa, according to your party and some Ghanaians, Yama the privilege to come and right the wrongs of Bawa, and you still point it at Bawa that the enormity of the destruction to the of this country was so much that it doesn't take a year or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. So how many years are you taking to take off Bawa's problem from us?
The extent of damage proyena apro answer na ye any anamo ye to correct the system ntina me dey fa FBI no e can say BNI no omo breso na omo say no eye no another cohesive force aye chinpa ye buru nkrofo eni na se for no ye bae no what has the administration done? You passing a new law. You changing the focus of BNI. And BNI no a National Investigations Bureau (NIB). And then you can say they are redirected towards intelligence gathering. And to say you see a one amount to correct the ills of the past. Yeah. Again, no so no wafa. nkrofo na wo mu ye used to a certain system wa eye pervasive da ho be ye 20 years ansa na yen ye bae no eno nkyere se bi wa be di o mampanyinti no sa nkrofo na sa ntiti ye boni ni nyina ewo omomu no wo ba ye pe wo be pam omu nyina enti no eye reorientation re-education eni enema bebre a wo be ye a ebe nkakra no wo be nkrofo no ebe free ho enti in the meantime no there may be some 1 or 2 isolated incidences eye ade a free tete no mo suban na omo free earlier dispensations na di ba bibeba but the baso a was say to me nya no kre na ye kan say oh generally no nya sana wo hwe nhihye ya ye de abasese no that is not the focus of the nhihye na we no unfortunate occurrences na ya condemn na ya punish obi a sebi we di boni enti no I want us to put that conversation in context afi na ya ba asem no so ye di kan asem a abai media me susu se opinion bi ebe ye compel se odini civil beba bontin to prove say wanya achievements bebre enisa koka na nka ho hia ya fa wadwuma mu na se bibi nti ne wo fa wadwuma mu e ka se oni wo enye adwuma bi omu a se wo susu se yamfa amra kwanso anyi wu enfre adwuma no mu a you were dismissed wrongfully. Your approach should not be, say, especially for somebody working in the law enforcement institution. Your approach should not be, say, media mintiasie until ni amepeno and ameye. Uye ni saa, na uye the beginning, asemi ina ni kofa bayano, eye wu, sa nipa na uye uhun se tinti. Nipa na wafa wejumemu, you have become a power and a law unto yourself. What's admitted, ni ubi nefa wejumemu.
So that's you are inferring that this European has a power to himself.
Me see, whoever would exhibit that kind of
in this case, this European but in this case, you are referring to the Ashanti Regional Security Liaison Officer.
What me see,
no, let's just finish with this one.
So I'm saying anybody. No, it could be him, it could be me, it could be anybody.
So what it means is that not on to mean to hobra na the contract yen renew.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Now on to mean to
that's it.
Now number 2. You see, there's a culture that is dangerous. Mimi fu say is evolving into our country. Udi kan court I know interest was and I say what the mu. But there is this attempt to say because see I know you war diverse media platforms. Obia Epe News into
I know my right.
I know. And yet it's not even a question of I know your right. Sometimes they really know that they want to blackmail because na yen say let's give the dog a bad name and hang it into no. Say be you when I listened to this EOP, I was very disappointed. In the first place, he started off by saying say uncrophobia omuye Delta Force for one na me hu say papa no ne trimupo no eye boni trimupo no de kana asem na eye boni because nkofo no eba no enye say omu hye atare a ye twrosu Delta Force for he could have said say wo hu say mebunu bi uti ase he chose his words because he wanted to create a situation and straight ahead no me hu say there be trimupo no nye trimupo papa. Now the facts are unveiling say some Krofonokrano were more operatives of the national security. They properly introduced themselves to you. And they told you, say, your presence is required at the national headquarters, national security coordinator, say, Yemfa Umbra. And you know, for me, no, say, Obina Fawe Jumemu, national security coordinator. Now, Asuma Unkrofo, say, according to him himself, who say, operatives no catch and say, papa boss nkofo bi wo menim omo se o se membra oh ene kra de mean to member pacho me yebetumi aye na china ana se bebi because I don't see anything wrong at all say national security coordinator be suma the operatives say omunko region omunka nkire the subordinated war region say pacho bra nkran. I don't see anything wrong with that. If you are not able to do that and you tell the boys say Debbie I'm not moving and he said in his own words that he told the boys that I'm not moving an inch, I'm not going today, then you are superior instructions now. you are disobeying it. You see, then on top of that, no, you may not have been happy with something. And I started to say, we grant media interviews. And Delta Force 4 and about just winning, you know, it tells you, say, when you said there are politicians here, more bonting to Seminia Bawa, who will latch on to semi the Delta Force of Bemoa, Yemaimoa. A seminar bar, Omun Kanu Kure say Massa, Ubina Faber Jumam, Yenfan say Oman Penny Mahama Netia Kunyaso, Nan National Security Coordinator, for Obi, say Ombeya Regional Security Liaison Officer. Nasi Sibra. Also call. But the politics we do in this country, no, yen kanu kre inteno, unim sa se politics na ye no nukre niminteno, wabenya support wa, nkrofo bebe edibe fa baby say, oh, na Delta Force. Asema ye ken efa Delta Force for humbe. Afi yen koka, yesi o, Delta Force for na ya be fa wo mu, a mu kogu national security again without any evidence. Ya can try ye ko.
No, there's evidence.
But wafa. Time a minua penny Edward Bauer. Now ye Juma or Ministry of Energy. Now
consultant for the
absolutely. Mean to me, Kase,
World Bank in the farm. In government of Ghana in the farm. World Bank in the farm. Yes, I was an employee of World Bank.
And I miss it. To me, Kase. And I miss it. And I miss it. Mean to me, Kase. We hear NDC near NDC war power until I have found no. Because I would say you are qualified Ghanaian. Until no obi MPP near, one who are disqualified say be fan adwuma. But why would you say that is why I'm saying say sir introduction of Delta Force Ukraine was not necessary and no the problem but I'm saying that you are listening on to it instead of telling
I'm only running commentaries on what has happened
because you see you see that's how we the politicians know because we are too eager to get into power no yebedu power na ya say you see so we have to end this desperation at a certain point. Na yen ka nukre wo mu say ye be ka che DCOP say DCOP ala braka se bibimpo anko mi brankra and a Delta Force when nyina e sentimentalism nukre bi any
without trying to cut you. You see I think the DCOP a particular move and I thought it was a very responsible move. The moment ankofo no ba ye no the first thing I say offer the police commander of Ashanti region.
The regional minister.
Offer when the people were arrested, Kotenenkur were arrested. Ordinarily, when you go to a police station, and I say police for ebe cause arrest, and I say Oko police station, the first primary document a police be able use be a statement. The statement say, national security coordinator. And as I say, you may fast me sim. You baba no on tiasi no ofre. Send a statement.
Yeah.
Now what's what can we these gentlemen were not even given the opportunity. They never were allowed to write their statements.
Almost waiting. Maybe. What's stop you? Stop.
Oh, I'm conclude the point.
Stop.
Okay, so let's finish on this one.
No, national security operative. Or you're plain clothes. And to know say this you no free police for. Na say police for no ba. Na in the milieu or the no call. Na mudu station ho. Or to me yini ID card kra che say me ye operative kra na. Adenu kra no.
If I'm doing something that is wrong and I have an ID card, I'm absolved from it.
You need to be arrested.
You have to be arrested. So the point is that the argument is that write your statement and it is on the basis of the investigation. And the police can say, oh, he was here on a lawful duty, what do you call it, activity. Oh, I don't know that you're getting the
point. But there's a certain level of impunity in all what is happening.
Yeah, no, the issue is that
if there is impunity, it will be on the part of the former.
You see, but you know something.
That is where
in the first place, it is about the gentleman said that. It's
invited
in this country. By our law, so there's no way you can forcefully be in an office. Say, Papa, no. Demonstrate that you have given the man a letter that he is no longer there. The man says, as at 2 days ago, I'm not all Kasano. Not only letter to say that
no,
he was no longer.
That cannot be true because
okay.
Hold on.
You see, that's two. Take him off. Take him off the payroll. Take him off the payroll.
Okay, let's end on this one because of time.
All of those can happen, but the occupancy of the physical space. the occupancy of the physical space, no, don't also underrate
just
that.
5 minutes. Have a conversation on this one.
Yes.
The approach by this administration, second term in office, to kill off illegal mining. You think it's in order?
Look, first and foremost, let me wish my brother, your friends,
Abu
Jinapo, all the best. I want to wish him all the best. My general approach, and I'm being sincere with you, is that look, Nkofo, I can say, oh, why alternative? It is the way to go. Because, in my opinion, these excavators are finding a way into the same place. They find a way back to the place. So, in the absence of any other thing, I believe that that is the way to go. 2, the owners and operators of these particular excavators must be seen to be charged publicly. I don't understand why today the women's organizer for your friend saying the MPP is still not being processed.
But she claims she has the documents.
If she has the documents,
she's going to court.
And I listened to Nitiwul very well. Nitiwul said, we are not attacking your licenses. Because for every license, you see, your license is hinged on a particular area you're supposed to do. Your license will tell you you're supposed to be at Joy FM in this particular studio, within this particular acreage. What you saying? It is specific. So the point, and that is what Nitiwul said. And for me, I understood him. You can have a license, but operating in a very wrong place.
You can have it.
You can have the license.
But
assuming that you give me a license that I should operate here. Then when you come, I am at your Joy FM studios doing there.
It doesn't pay.
The second point, and he said, I expected that as we speak now, these individuals, and in fact, a high-profile person like the women's organizer will send a signal. Say, look, you don't care who you are, as long as you fall foul of our operations. That's it. So I expected that. That has fallen short. Third, Minia, let's be bold. And here, I don't want us to do politics because it's about our survival. Ghana Water Company, Minia Bremer Clifford, Ebin and Wakase. Ya share year. In the next 1 to 2 years, we may have to import water. Because even their machines cannot process the water. Osha, depletion of forest, terrible. This thing must not be seen from a political lens. We must all get up and fight it. I wish, we'll say 5 minutes, I wish Abu well. But all I'm just trying to say is that it should not be a repetition of what happened in the last. Because you know, in the last time, what Galamsey has always been that this is not Galamsey. This you have heavy duty equipment who are doing large scale mining. It's not Galamsey. And so sometimes you can Galamsey, our poor brothers and this who will take shovel and other things and go and do video, gather and sell. Is that how the name Galamsey came about? Gather and sell. So, but these are just huge machines at Edeba. And so we need to begin to be sincere with ourselves. That look, this particular thing, we must stop it. But in stopping it, let's not see ourselves sucking people away and bringing our own people there.
Because you behave as if so yeah, oh Pam, judgment.
That is all I can say on that.
Okay, so crocodile the John approach.
Generally, on the Galamsey matter, minimum edibeye beya juni. Adeno ayampa we ewohoda dada. Gather and sell no. Eshase krano na large scale mining for ewi o medjuma. Na yenu no bi afa o mechi akopreprechi. No na gather and sell no. Na nkaka abanya ba abanko enya hwehan e de omunsa hye omodemre femu ade no abaji nsem ye kasa yi sebi o ye di afidie akese ekọ ye nsuo mu ekọ ye forest mu etwetwe aduane gu esei news ni Mahama kra ye bebisa nana kufado so ba ye nkaka ye sua frimu na ye sua na the lessons that we gain no it will inform the next strategy going forward enuna ehu abehia say ye do baby kwa ye be take drastic measures bia na ye hu so me madwemo se BBC na se wo de wo soso se ankoyi a wo be ko baby a ye di asem no na ye di asem na ko na ya hwemu nti obi a ono soso se ekwan a ye fa so a ye di ku tia galamsey no enye no there's all the opportunity say mra bia e wo ho no nipa no be kwa ko test me so me fua na e ko so sese no me fua so because se bi se wo hwe mfoni ni bi kra ene wo tie asem ni bi ampanyimfo no kan ya hwe ye kra nsuo kra e be kra efri obi manso answer na ye betumi anu musuo e wo ye man mu enti no me there I have no doubt at all but ade ba ko bi so a me ho a ahye me nkran ama me nige pa ne se ye wo ban a wote akonya so a wonunu se empo ye si aban mu anase party na ewu aban no kra no ni mpanyimfo no bi ehu ekemu kra na omotu wanamon and we must admit say collectively no edi say ye koye nimu a sebi ye nhye ne so na ye admit it because you see one day say after how many years say NDC back to power nobody can tell me say NDC will be made up of saints yakọ heaven and yakọ fa saints ye wo heaven say omumbe ye NDC nipa na wo mu enti papa in fact me Jimmy di say papa e one people mu do so granche papa e NDC mu but I cannot also say boni ba ku bi anase mienu bi nim but wo mu a what is the unique differentiation between yen any money say yen say obi wo ye party mu na so di boni kra na yen fa ho nti say we excavate ampo
why not prosecuting her? Why are you not prosecuting her?
Prosecution now would buy.
Why have you not prosecuted Owusi?
Prosecution now would buy. No.
Get them prosecute you.
See,
when you want us to do national protest, we can do. I have number of 1,001 examples. 1,001 examples from your chairman of regional chairman. Up to
deputy youth organizer.
No, what didn't come on
deputy youth organizer Accra say.
What didn't come on? So let's do the national approach and the partisan approach.
I'm saying say uye as osimesi president ka say onu de onfa ho ma me hye empenyimfo no nkran say yeta wo mechi say Edward Bawa wo say party officer wo say ohini o say osofo obi a ne ho eda sa galamsey mu no what they must do no e was say you do and so far no what I have seen a very reassuring say this phase 2 of the fight against galamsey no ebebua insuo ni bia minister for sanitation okọ ni to nano ya no within these few weeks yeah clamp down under the phase 2 no insuo ni bi any ye hu change kakra and I think say we should sustain it. Na China for foreigners now more babe say insuo no there. I think that we should deal with them ruthlessly.
Who is bringing those Chinese? When are the Chinese for never?
If you say when are
the Chinese for never? Chinese for only mobile for never. Only free him. Anya port no di free ba. Me see Chinese for no machines no dey ba no. Only free him.
Na also say omo dey ba omo kata omo dey ba ye ganam say.
So the point I'm just trying to system that we you see that's the point I'm trying to make
that is why I'm saying
they are always the fronts are always the political activists.
No.
What are you talking about?
No.
And see that's why I now many there
that's why when somebody say
we know.
You see
even in the hall that were sitting about 30% of them.
That is why when somebody says say
so sorry, I'm speeches the man.
Hey, don't do that. No, run the train state.
You people said that he should stick to his speech.
No, just for time management.
What is time management? So you are the one. You should stick to his speech. And the man is a man of honor.
Yes,
he's a man of honor. So he will speak his conscience. He will speak truth to power. Oh, sorry, you can gag the Asante.
Masa,
you can gag that.
No, but the inference is what he's saying.
No, but
there was an attempt to gag.
You are trying to gag. You are trying to gag the
You are trying to gag president. Me coordinating program, president, me as MC and as a program coordinator. To me, catch me say me catch president for say please
No
let's
problem,
stick to the
no
script
problem,
and
no
let's
problem.
stick
No,
to the
no,
time.
no, no
And
problem.
your program, now
No
speakers
problem.
ni nyina ya catch on say let's stick to the time
No
and
problem.
stick to the script. I know you're gagging. You see, presidents of sovereign states, you to me catch on say stick to the time and stick to the way. And in media assembly ban we no. Ni America na say.
Munja galamse no. The other can no.
Seka. Enti no yen support to aban no.
Na onkuntia galamse.
Aban no enkuntia galamse no. Na yen ka no kre. Na
prosecute Kate.
Yes, I agree with
prosecute
you.
Kate.
I agree.
Okay, so that's another edition. Grateful. Former Deputy Minister, that's information. And Ira Bauer was grateful.
Then there's no need to Katashani pro ye kuntia galamse.
The president Disikeba or the Sikakesi
170 million.
Bank.
Let me tell you something. Ghana, I say, you will spend 21 billion Ghana cedis to collapse banks.
How can you say
and
that?
go for an equivalent of 1.1 billion. Can you imagine?